Good morning to one and all. My name is Dr. M. Gayatri, working as Assistant Professor of Mathematics in Government First Grade College, Vartur. In this session, I am going to explain the definition of Laplace transform, basic properties of Laplace transform, and Laplace transforms of some standard functions. The Laplace transforms are developed by two mathematicians, namely Heaviside and Laplace. Now I am going to explain the definition of Laplace transform. Let f of t be a real valued function defined for 0 less than or equal to t less than infinity. That means the value of t is greater than or equal to 0 and the value of t is less than infinity. Then the Laplace transform of f of t is denoted by L of f of t and defined by L of f of t equal to integration 0 to infinity e power minus st f of t dt, provided the integral exists. That means if we need Laplace transform of sin t, then we are going to replace f of t as sin t in both LHS and RHS. That means Laplace transform of sin t equal to integration 0 to infinity e power minus st sin t dt. The value of Laplace transformation of sin t is obtained after integration of e power minus st into sin t between the limits 0 to infinity. Here s is a parameter, real or complex number, is called transform parameter. The symbol L is called the Laplace operator. The value of integral on the right side of equation 1 depends on s. Thus, L of f of t is a function of s. This function of s is denoted by f of s. Thus, L of f of t equal to integration 0 to infinity e power minus st f of t dt equal to f of s. Now I am going to prove the basic properties of Laplace transforms. Linear property. For any two functions f of t and g of t and any two constants c1 and c2, L of c1 f of t plus or minus c2 g of t equal to c1 L of f of t plus or minus c2 L of g of t. Using the definition of Laplace transform, we get L of c1 f of t plus or minus c2 g of t equal to integration 0 to infinity e power minus st c1 f of t plus or minus c2 g of t dt. By using the properties of integrals, we can write these c1 and c2 outside the integration. Then we are going to get c1 integration 0 to infinity e power minus st f of t dt plus or minus c2 integration 0 to infinity e power minus st g of t dt. This first integral can be written as L of f of t. The second integral can be written as L of g of t. That means the linear property is proved. Now the second property of Laplace transform is first shifting property. If L of f of t equal to f of s, then L of e power at into f of t equal to f of s minus a. So observe here, f of t is multiplied with e power at. Then the value of Laplace transform of e power at into f of t is changed as f of s minus a. From the definition of Laplace transform, we have f of s equal to integration 0 to infinity e power minus st f of t dt. Now we are going to replace s with s minus a in both LHS and RHS. Then f of s minus a equal to integration 0 to infinity e power minus of s minus a into t f of t dt. Now e power minus of s minus a into t is equal to e power minus st plus at. This can be written as e power minus st into e power at. So replace e power minus of s minus a into t by e power minus st into e power at. Then we are going to get this step. This integration can be written as L of e power at into f of t. That means L of e power at into f of t equal to f of s minus a. Similarly, L of e power minus at into f of t equal to f of s plus a. Here you can observe if e power is having plus a as power, then we are writing f of s minus a. If e power has minus a as power, then we are going to write s plus a. So this is first shifting property. Next we are going to prove Laplace transform of some standard functions. First, Laplace transform of a constant function, that is L of a, where a is constant. Here also we are going to use the definition of Laplace transform only. L of f of t equal to integration 0 to infinity e power minus st f of t dt. Let f of t equal to a. So replace f of t by a in both LHS and RHS. Then we are going to get L of a equal to integration 0 to infinity e power minus st into a dt. Here a is constant, that's why we are taking a outside the integration. So a into integration 0 to infinity e power minus st dt. Now we are going to integrate e power minus st. Then we are going to get e power minus st by minus s. Here minus s is the differentiation of minus st. Now we are going to substitute the limits. Here we are taking minus a by s outside because this term does not containing any t term. E power minus s into infinity minus e power minus s into 0. So minus a by s into e power minus infinity is 0 minus e power 0. So minus a by s, 0 minus 1. 0 minus 1 is minus 1. So we are going to get a by s. That means Laplace transform of a equal to a by s. In particular, if a equal to 1, then L of 1 equal to 1 by s. Next, we are going to find out Laplace transform of e power at. So, by the definition of Laplace transform, L of f of t equal to integration 0 to infinity e power minus st into f of t dt. Now, we need Laplace transform of e power at. That's why replace f of t by e power at in LHS and in RHS. Then we are going to get L of e power at equal to integration 0 to infinity e power minus st e power at into dt. Here bases equal, add powers. That means e power minus st into e power at is equal to e power minus st plus at. So e power, take minus common, minus of s minus a into t. That's why e power minus st into e power at can be written as e power of minus of s minus a into t. Now we are going to integrate this term with respect to t. That means e power minus of s minus a into t divided by minus of s minus a. Here minus of s minus a is the differentiation of this power. Now we are going to substitute the limit. Now we are taking the terms which does not containing t terms outside the bracket. That means 1 by minus of s minus a, because this term does not containing any t term. Now we are going to substitute the limits. So first I am going to substitute upper limit, that is e power minus of s minus a into infinity minus e power minus of s minus a into 0. But we know that e power minus infinity is 0. So the value of this term is 0. E power 0 is 1. So 0 minus 1 is minus 1. Minus 1 into this minus becomes 1 by s minus a. That means the Laplace transform of e power at is 1 by s minus a, where s is greater than a. Next, third one, that is Laplace transform of t power n. That means we are going to find out Laplace transform of t power n. By using the definition of Laplace transform, L of f of t equal to integration 0 to infinity e power minus st f of t dt. Now replace f of t with t power n. Then we are going to get Laplace transform of t power n equal to integration 0 to infinity e power minus st into t power n dt. We evaluate this integration by using substitution method, that is st equal to x. St equal to x implies t equal to x by s. Now differentiate dt equal to, put 1 by s aside, because s is parameter, that is real or complex number. That's why 1 by s is constant. Differentiation of x is dx. That means dt equal to dx by s. Whenever substitution takes place, limits must change. Here the limits of t are 0 to infinity. So if t equal to 0, substitute here, s into 0 is 0, x is 0. If t equal to infinity, s into infinity is infinity. So x equal to infinity. Therefore, Laplace transform of t power n equal to integration 0 to infinity e power minus x. T value is x by s. That's why x by s power n dx by s. Y means the value of dt is dx by s. Now we have 1 by s power n into 1 by s. Bases equal, add powers. So this value equal to 1 by s power n plus 1. And also this term does not containing any x term. That's why take this term outside the integration. Then we are going to get 1 by s power n plus 1 integration 0 to infinity e power minus x, x power n dx. The value of this integration is gamma of n plus 1. That's why we are going to get Laplace transform of t power n equal to gamma of n plus 1 by s power n plus 1. Here n is a constant. Now we are going to do particular case of Laplace transform of t power n. That means if n is a positive integer, the value of gamma of n plus 1 is n factorial. That's why Laplace transform of t power n equal to n factorial by s power n plus 1 if n is a positive integer. Next one, fourth one, that is Laplace transform of cos h at. Here we need three formulas. First one is Laplace transform of e power at, that is 1 by s minus a, and Laplace transform of e power minus at is 1 by s plus a, and also cos h at value is e power at plus e power minus at by 2. That means Laplace transform of cos h at equal to Laplace transform of e power at plus e power minus at by 2. Here 1 by 2 is constant. By using linear property, take this 1 by 2 outside the integration. Then we are going to get 1 by 2 into L of e power at plus L of e power minus at. Now we write separate linear Laplace operator for first function and second function. Then we are going to get this step. We know already these two values. Substitute those two values and take LCM, simplify. Then we are going to get 2s by s square minus a square. Here 2 get cancelled. Then we are going to get s by s square minus a square. Therefore, Laplace transform of cos h at is s by s square minus a square, where s is greater than a. Next we are going to find out Laplace transform of sin h at. Here also we need three formulas, that is Laplace transform of e power at 1 by s minus a, Laplace transform of e power minus at, that is 1 by s plus a, and also sin h at can be written as e power at minus e power minus at by 2. So by using linear property, here also we can take 1 by 2 outside. Then we are going to get 1 by 2 into L of e power at minus e power minus at. Now we write separate Laplace transform operator for both functions. Then we are going to get this step. Here we know these two values already. Substitute and take LCM and simplify. Then we are going to get 2a by s square minus a square. Here 2 get cancelled. Then we are going to get Laplace transform of sin h at as a by s square minus a square, where s is greater than a. Now we are going to find out sixth Laplace transform, that is Laplace transform of cos at. Before we find out Laplace transform of cos h at, now we are going to find out Laplace transform of cos at. So by the definition of Laplace transform, L of f of t equal to integration 0 to infinity e power minus st f of t dt. Now replace f of t with cos at in LHS and RHS. Then this is standard formula we have. By using that standard formula, we are going to evaluate this integral. So this is the standard formula. Integration e power at cos bt dt equal to e power at by a square plus b square a cos bt plus b sin bt. So in this formula, replace a by minus s and b by a. Then we are going to get Laplace transform of cos at as in this form. Now the final step is substitution of limits. Before substituting the limits, we are going to take outside the term which does not contain in t, that is 1 by s square plus a square. So the remaining term containing t. So observe, now I am going to substitute upper limit, that is e power minus infinity. E power minus infinity is 0. 0 into anything is 0. Now lower limit minus e power 0 into minuses as it is cos 0 plus a into sin 0. But we know cos 0 value and sin 0 value. Cos 0 is 1, sin 0 is 0. So 1 into minus s is minus s. Minus s into minus 1 is s. That's why Laplace transform of cos at is s by s square plus a square, where s is greater than 0. Now we are going to find out Laplace transform of sin at. Here also we are using Laplace transform definition only. L of f of t equal to integration 0 to infinity e power minus st f of t dt. Replace f of t with sin at in LHS and RHS. Again we have one standard formula. In this standard formula, substitute a by minus s and b by a. Then we are going to get this step. Now we are going to substitute limits as same as before. So here you can observe, here minus sign is there, here minus sign is there. So take minus outside, and also the term which does not contain t, that is 1 by s square plus a square. So the remaining terms are e power minus st, s into sin at plus a into cos at. And also we know that e power minus infinity is 0. 0 into anything is 0. Again sin 0 0, cos 0 is 1. 1 into a is a into 1 is 1. A into 1 is a. That's why we are going to get 0 minus a. 0 minus a is a only. Minus a into a is a only. So a by s square plus a square. So L of sin at is a by s square plus a square, where s is greater than 0. So these are the formulas which we can obtain by using first shifting property. Actually L of t power n formula is n factorial by s power n plus 1. But here t power n is multiplied with e power at. That's why s is replaced with s minus a. So L of e power at into t power n equal to n factorial by s minus a whole power n plus 1. Similarly, these formulas we can find out by using first shifting property. These are the references books which I am used. Thank you one and all.